Ooh, what's this? I don't know. It's the big.
Welcome to the Big Podcast. I'm Keep It Slim.
Real just in case.
Big Briss.
Yup, and we are here in Brooklyn. We got not only special guests, but we got some good friends of the podcast. We got our homie Bam in the building.
Let's go.
And we got our homie Cosi, aka COmfi Cosi.
What up?
From On the Tape Podcast.
Thanks, man.
I'm not gonna call him Comfy though. I'm just gonna say
Yeah,
Cosi.
that's cool.
Alright, I'm just making sure. But we got our homie Bam here. He from Philly. What a lot of people might not know about Bam is he has been behind the Bid Podcast for a while now. He has done our logos, like the one in the back for us. He has done our website, which my sis has took over, and did like some real good updates too. But Bam has been part of this process since we started, so we thought we'd have him on because he just moved to Brooklyn like how long ago?
It's been like 7 months, 8 months.
7, 8 months now? Yep. What else have you done, Bam? I remember I was starting a website. It was called Hip Hop Nation in Charge. Y'all remember that shit?
I do remember that.
Yeah,
You remember that?
was hyping shit on that.
I was hyped. I was trying to do a podcast. I'm not a podcast. I was trying to do a website like.
You was trying to be the most exclusive.
Shade yeah, this was like 5 years ago.
He's talking about Shade Room.
Shade Room came out.
Fuck your whole situation.
Shade Room came fucking up, right?
Killed your shit.
That shit ain't never get off the ground. Alright, that shit just
that's
never.
crazy. I
Yeah,
remember
but that's
that.
because of me though.
I
You remember that? HHNIC in charge. Hip Hop Nation in charge. That shit sound corny.
Yeah, that shit sounded like a fucking Public Enemy album. that shit wasn't gonna fly. That shit was
But this was like 5, 6 years ago though, right?
Yeah, that's a.
Yeah.
Niggas was dumb then.
We tried it though. I had the support. I just never got it off the ground.
What
Though.
the support? I ain't never know about that.
Yes, you did. Yes, the fuck you did know about that.
Yeah, I fucked with that drug.
Yeah.
Like, you just stopped.
Your brother was like,
Everybody
yo, why did you do that?
Matter of fact,
man?
that's what we was talking about. When was his name? Exclusive Slum. That's when we was trying to call him Exclusive Slum. He was big on trying to get all the latest shit and all that.
Right.
Exclusive Slum.
That shit was crazy when that shit got on.
He just chilled. Like,
Remember that shit got on.
couldn't get no exclusive. Can't get no exclusive shit.
What was before? Media Takeout.
Flex
Remember that
was
shit?
up.
Yeah, I had some exclusive shit that went crazy. We talk about that later.
Okay.
Oh shit, I just gave up tape. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. But
That ain't hip hop though.
Yeah.
no, that ain't hip hop. Yeah, that was
That's
hip hop.
30 years. You would have booked and put that shit up. With your name in.
What else?
Yeah, right.
What else, Bam? Like you did some good. You did some shit with a couple of our homies too. Like you did like artwork. He produces as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like beats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do a lot of. I do a lot creatively. But I don't know. Damn, Slim, when did we meet? I met me and Slim a while ago. Probably
I'd say
5,
like around
6 years.
2012, like around that time.
Yeah, through Cash and
Yep.
I did a lot of Cash artwork, which is fire.
Shout out to a lot of Cash.
Yeah, I did a couple of his beats. We got some old songs. I don't got none of them MP3s, none of that stuff. Like
Right.
I got a lot of my old beats, but a lot of that old music we used to have, like I don't got none of that no more. So if Cash got them, he gotta throw them journals.
And did a dope album
Still
cover
fire.
for him.
Public
Yep.
service announcement.
Did a
Yeah,
dope
for
album
real.
cover for him.
Yeah, that's lit.
And he did remember the Young Boys? I know Cosi like what's going on, but Young Boys, they had like this little movement. They had what they call curl. But that was their shit though. Like it was like a wave like in our neighborhood. And curl was basically like, niggas say curl like smoke, you know what I'm saying? But that shit was like a wave for the youngins. So they came up with that, and they had like t-shirts with like a figure logo. And what happened was Bam revamped it and did like a second logo for him.
Okay.
And then it was to the point to where there was stores that wanted the t-shirts,
Yeah, that shit was going wild.
that wanted to pick it up.
Yeah.
And like if you just seen like the wave in the neighborhood, niggas was all
crazy.
curl up, like they had little joints like little business
rolled up.
ventures.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was some dope shit. But a lot of people don't know that.
I was
Bam
trying to see if I
behind it.
had pictures of them journals in my Google Drive.
Yep, a lot of people don't know that Bam was behind like the second logo of it.
Second
when it
logo,
was
that's
yeah.
funny. Which one was it though? Like what,
It was the joint. It was
with the face with the blunt in the mouth?
yeah. We had based the character off of
The Mad TV.
Somebody from it was like a cross between like the Mad TV dude and like somebody from the Simpsons.
Yeah,
we did like 2 different logos.
I got a couple of them Jones. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. You know how like crazy them t-shirts sold, bro.
And they got them
Like,
new
they
Jones
was
show
around.
that was doing numbers. That's crazy.
That's
Yep.
lit.
Yeah, the youngest, they had like some real good positive shit going on around that, so that was good. Also, Bam works with Grassroots Podcast, so I'm gonna shout them out as well, because that's one of the first podcasts that when I was presenting like I'm trying to do a podcast, me and he was like, yo, I'm doing some stuff with Grassroots, so we started to tune in just to see, you know, what they were doing.
They do some good things.
Yeah, they do some good things.
Yeah, Killer BH and
So shout out to them.
shout out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's that's what it is. But what brought you to fucking Brooklyn, nigga?
Chance, honestly. I mean, I'm literally out here just because I just like took a little step on faith, low key. We backtracked like September 2018. I have a meeting with my boss. I was working for a year at this boutique creative agency. So he put me into the joint. He like, yeah, man. And he looked like he's about to cry, and I'm like, you got cancer or something, bro? Like, this heavy.
Right though. What the fuck?
And he's like, yeah, you know, like we had some stuff shift in the business, so you know what I'm saying, like I gotta pivot, you know what I'm saying, the company a little bit. So you know, realistically it's looking like you got 2 months. I'm gonna just make sure you're taking care of that whole 2 months. Like start applying for whatever you need, references, whatever, we got you. So from like September 2018 to like November, I was just applying to jobs. Like I applied to everything I could in Philly for like a month and a half. Like I wasn't hearing nothing.
Shit is looking bleak.
Shit, I was like, damn. So I was like, all right, that's cool. Like I worked out my little apartment situation, switched to a monthly lease, and I was like, I'm gonna take off the month of December, restart up, you know, January 2019. So I'm applying to stuff or whatever, and you know, fast forward to end of November. You know, my boss take me out to lunch or whatever. We go to Elvez, we get trashed. It was lit. And we walking back, and one of the gigs I applied for, a lady called me. She like, hey, you got some availability next week? So I'm like, yeah. I mean, if they want to interview, you know, it works for them. And they like, she was like, oh yeah, they got availability like Wednesday through Friday or whatever. And I was like, yeah, let's do Thursday, and if it go good, you know what I'm saying, we still got that Friday. So I'm like, you know, what do I need to, you know, to wear to the interview? So she like, hold on for me. I'm like, all right, bet. So she get back on the phone. She was like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. So what was you saying? I was like, yeah, so what I got to wear to the interview? She was like, oh no, this is not an interview. They want to work with you. So I'm like, oh shit, okay. All right, bet. So I hung up the phone. Like, so I planned a trip up here. I had been looking at apartments probably since that summer. Just looking at apartments, ain't really found nothing. Came up that Saturday, because that was a Friday. I got that call. The last day of my job, I got the call for the new gig in New York. Go up there Saturday, look at like 6 cribs through this company called Nookland. Shout out to y'all, because y'all helped me get my apartment out here. Looked at 6 cribs, like 4, put a deposit down on one Sunday, and was up here working on Thursday. And then I've been up here ever since. Like,
keep it moving.
yeah, just like shit was just by chance. Like it was just like I wasn't hearing nothing. You know what I'm saying, in Philly. And I had done a lot of stuff in Philly already. Like I had worked for Comcast probably like a year before that. So you know, that's like top of the food chain out there. You know, you got your Comcast, your GlaxoSmithKline, your Urbans and stuff like that.
Right.
And I wanted to do more with like fashion and apparel. Like it's always, you know, I mean, New York got tons of opportunity. If you're a creative, it's really where you need to be. New York, LA, Paris, Tokyo, all them places. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, for me, it just became a thing. You know, with all my design shit, like this is where I had to be. Like it wasn't gonna be no way I could continue to flourish and do what I was gonna do in Philly. And that's no diss to Philly. It's just, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to industry and business, like we just don't have those same opportunities.
That's, I mean, but that's real shit though.
It's coming. It's coming. It's just, you know, I can't wait for that.
You think you've been always felt that way, or you think in your, like what you were saying about New York compared to Philly, as far as like getting your business and all that way to be? You been felt that way, or you just realized that in the 6-7 months you've been here?
No, I've been felt that way. I feel that way about like across a lot of industries. It's just, you know what I'm saying, Philly is, you know, historically just, you know, economically we ain't really had it. You know what I'm saying? We never really recovered from, you know, white flight back in the day. You know what I'm saying? When all the big industry left. That's why North Philly looked the way it looked. It never bounced back. You know what I mean? Like, So when you got companies like a Comcast in a city or Urban, all these other companies that's moving, it's a lot of people coming from DC and New York. Like that's gonna help the city, attract more opportunities. But like Comcast just got here, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like the city just really started to look different. Like,
Right.
I talked to my parents. Like my first apartment, like, well, my second joint, that's the joint you remember, the crib. But like, my first apartment was on 18th and South, and my
South
pop,
right here.
yeah, my pop was always like, yo, it's crazy, like you living down here and like you can walk around. He was like, a year or two before you was born, like you was liable to take your life in your hands down there. I was like, damn. 20 years later, but you know what I mean? Like I've always felt like that, you know what I mean? Like New York is just, it's one of the greatest cities in the world. It's everything is here. It's land of opportunity.
That's crazy because.
How you feel about that, code?
I mean, it's true.
You born and raised here, right?
Nah. Actually, I grew up in London. Actually, yeah.
Damn, Cosi, hold on. You ain't tell me about London. You said Toronto and all this shit.
Yeah,
What you
I'm
said?
a Raptor fan.
Okay,
Okay,
all right, okay.
I'm a Raptor fan, but for me, like, and I moved to the States when I was like 11. So for me, like, I've lived around. Like I lived in Chicago, I lived in New York, I lived in Baltimore. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I could definitely relate because I moved there in 2013. I moved back. I wrapped up school in 2010, and then kind of realized at the time I was in hospitality and restaurant management, and then I recognized living in Baltimore that the market for it wasn't strong enough, wasn't competitive, and there wasn't enough opportunities for growth. Because that's really what it's about. Once you create a market, and once you create like a demand for it, then you can create then positions begin to open up because needs for more people with with a certain skill set begin to open up as well. And I recognized and identified that city was a couple years behind, and unfortunately I didn't have a couple years to wait for them to catch up. So I was like, I'm gonna just
sound like free agents.
I'm gonna just move back to I'm gonna just move to New York, be competitive, hop right back into that market. And I kind of created a game plan, and I think I told myself I wanted to work for like Michelin star restaurants, and ended up working for like 2-star restaurants, 1-star restaurants. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I got that opportunity because similar story. Like I packed my shit up. Like I didn't renew my lease. I quit my job. I identified like there was a window that I needed to like play the gap for, and I played that shit. And, like New York is like a similar story, bro. Like I got an apartment, came up here, crashed on the couch for like a week, and then got a a renovated apartment in Brooklyn for $1,300, and then the rest is history, bro. Got a new job, new apartment, all within like the same week.
And that's crazy because like even with Phil, like we here in Brooklyn right now shooting, and, we love our city, but it's like it was hard for us to find like what I'm saying, somewhere to kind of like shoot the podcast right now while our space is getting renovated. Right. Because those opportunities is not, I don't know, it's just not there like that. Right. So, but that makes sense.
That market, it's not there yet.
Yeah.
There's not a need for it yet. Right. I mean, it is, but people just don't understand that it's a need yet.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just takes y'all.
Right. They feel like one of the top biggest city that's like the poorest right now. Like they still catching up. Like we see it, like we know the whole gentrification and all that shit. But it's just like it's slow. Right. We're catching up with a lot of shit. So like Bam moving out here was like, okay, I understood why. Cause he's not gonna be able to, I knew this knowing Bam, like he's not gonna be able to capitalize off what he got creative going on in no Philly. Right. Yeah, and that's crazy to say, but it's like, damn, he not.
But see, I mean, the thing, like, when you look at like, two brothers like ourselves, when we go out here and we go chase it, like we the ones who always bring it back. Like we the ones where it's like, if it's not gonna happen right now, like I'm gonna move a certain way and get some things lined up so I can bring it back to, the hood or whatever. I can have my little festival or something like that, Right. So.
What was the actual project that brought you out here since it was a job interview?
I was working I was freelancing for this company in Harlem. I was helping them do corporate presentations for some of their clients, as well as a little bit of like branding, a little bit of logo design as well. And that was like a month project. And yeah, I worked there, and then I didn't get another gig for like a month and a half. So I was like, yo,
Freelance. That's that freelance,
bro,
right?
more.
South Philly looking better.
South Philly looking better.
I was like, yo, I just need to get across the bridge. Like, I need to just get down the turnpike. But yeah, yo, that month was real. That month was scary. And then I ended up getting something around the Super Bowl. 2 gigs actually. One was remote, one was on site, and I just worked both of them jobs for like 3 months. Was able to balance out real quick, and then I've been freelancing consistently ever since. This probably like the first time I've been freelancing full time since I was doing Vinci Leone and all that stuff. That's like, was that like 2010, 2011? That was back when you was working at the T-Mobile.
Yeah, I was T-Mobile.
In the gallery.
A lot of people know T-Mobile.
I was always in the store trying to get a I was forever trying to get
Time Mobile.
Come on, man. Listen.
Slim
I got Briss in there.
He got me right
there. I got him right there.
He was
He
loyal.
was Time Mobile.
He was down for Tom
He got me and I put the block on. Everybody had this kind of reach. Nobody could fuck with Reese when it came to
You ain't
this.
come in the store if you ain't have a towel on.
Nothing.
I said time over.
Time Mobile. He said he put the TNT move.
always
Briss took over that shit, man.
But how struggling is the freelancing like? Because I hear a lot of people say that shit.
Right, that's like some shit. What's that shit they made a movie out of? It used to be on HBO. My man went to LA to be a movie star.
Entourage.
Entourage.
Mhm.
My man, real life, real life Entourage.
It's hard, bro.
But the check is real, but the freelance, that shit hard.
That shit, you gotta bet on yourself. That's what it's about.
Yeah, it's all balance.
Mhm.
All of it is balance.
You gotta just believe in yourself.
I be telling my sister that
Go
because she do like designs and stuff, like web design. She went to college, got a major in communications, and she was working in DC. She was working for the government, some government website for like health benefits. This keeping the the website designing that. She came back to Philly. She working for somebody else and stuff like that. But she want to do her own shit. She want to do her own thing. So I told her like holla at Bam because he do a lot of like the freelancing and shit. I don't want them earphones. I got this. He do like a lot of the freelancing and shit. Anti-earphones. He do a lot of the freelancing and shit like that. But I know you got something going on with the One World Trade Center right now.
Oh yeah. So basically like I'm out here now. I full-time freelance. So like I've always freelanced, but I just like I've worked to kind of merge my corporate life with more of my freelance life. They used to be very separate. Now they overlap. So like all of the clients that I freelance for are all like Fortune 500 companies, like big companies like that. I'm currently on assignment working on a project for the Zone and the World Trade Center. That's where they offices. And they pretty dope. They emerging sports brand.
Oh, DAZN?
Yes, sir.
I know a couple homies over there. Bless.
Okay.
A couple of homies over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like who I met. Like it seemed like a real dope spot. You know what I'm saying? They're emerging. They big in the international market, trying to make a little splash in the U.S. market. Which
They made a nice splash.
Yeah, man. I mean, and it's crazy. I mean, the view in that building is bananas. Like first day I walked in that joint, they got like little cafe tables all along the side or whatever.
You talking about like up like the floors upstairs? Yeah, 'cause I only been in the main joint on the floor, like with a shopping center and shit.
Oh yeah,
that's why
So I gotta come to a little side joint. Like it's like on a 70-something floor. Or whatever.
Oh, you VIP.
Yeah, so you come in the joint. It's like it's a lunchroom, and the whole lunchroom just oversee Manhattan and like everything. So I was like, waiting, to link up with whoever I was gonna work with, and I'm sitting at the little cafe table, and the chair wobbled a little bit. And I was like, oh shit, nigga, because it's like that high, yo.
Okay,
like,
okay.
It's wild, but that's what I'm doing down there. It's chill, man. It's inspiring. It's one of them things that's like a full circle moment for me. I just remember being younger, like I was very into architecture and shit like that, and I was always like, yo, I'm gonna see the World Trade Center, and then what I'm saying, what happened. And now I work in that joint. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of them things that's just like full circle moment.
Right.
But yeah.
I be looking at like the moral of the story is like, man, do what the fuck you gotta do.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I look at it. Don't let shit stop you from doing anything.
Yeah, man.
You
I
gotta-
knew I had to come out here.
Yeah,
Like I felt that.
you gotta take that chance and shit like that. Like you look at Cosi, you know he out here and shit.
Yeah.
So
You freelance out here too, Cosi?
Yeah, actually, I quit my job in November. Funny ass story, like,
Crazy.
I was in a meeting with my boss, and two of my bosses, like my direct report and my boss's boss, and it was just a moment when they was like saying some bullshit, and I just got up and like gave him a handshake, said thank you, and I walked out, like dead ass. Like I guess because I tie jobs to, I think jobs are a necessity, obviously, because you have to eat and all that. But I also now become extremely conscious of like my mental health and what type of environment I walk into daily, and I've also recognized its impact on me in my personal life. So whether I'm arguing with my girl, or whether I'm not as patient with my child, or like, you know what I'm saying, I'm seeing it's all relative. And I also found that I was my most happiest when I was in my creative space. So when I was working, like I do everything for my podcast. So I create all of our visuals, I do all of our editing, all of our marketing, all of our branding. And I'm usually kind of like in my best mental space when I'm developing content. So I recognize that, this is a passion that I have right now. I gotta respect that. I gotta give that shit a shot. And you just talked about betting on yourself. I did that shit. I'm not saying it worked out. I'm not saying it's not hard. I'm not saying that you gotta split meals up to make it work and shit. Yeah, you do, but because New York is relentless. New York is hard. It's hard to survive here. It's hard to make it, especially
way expensive.
Yeah, and it's hard to be like a freelance anything, because like your contract is up, and then you don't know when the next situation is coming, and then shit falls through, and then the invoices and the net 30s, the net 90s. Like you do a job, and then niggas can take up to 90 days to give you the bread for, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of things that are involved. So right now I'm just focusing on developing myself. I do content development for a couple creative agencies out here. I'm also a showrunner for a big creative agency out here too, in addition to what I do for my podcast as well. So I'm busy.
I'll be seeing on the podcast, like, cause I know y'all had somebody on there. I don't want to be incorrect.
Ooh, what you mean? Well, we took a break. We took a break from the audio because we wanted to focus on live shows.
Okay.
Because that's a big way to kind of bridge the gap between audiences too. Because not everybody can always sit and listen to a podcast all the time. So to give them something that they can experience and feel. So first show that we did was in April. We did with Mano. So Mano was our guest, and that's crazy. Like for me to my first podcast, for me to have Mano, and then for the second one we had Smoke Dizza.
That's what I was thinking.
You know what I'm saying?
Smoke Dizza. That's what I was saying.
And so for us to, niggas is batting 1,000 right now. I can't say what we gonna have next, but like,
you got somebody?
We got somebody.
Who you got?
I just said, nigga, I can't say. I'll tell you off the episode.
All right.
But definitely, like, we really trying to get to a point where, the lineups and just the vibe, the energy, is crazy. The New York color, I guess the podcast of color community out here is heavy. Move heavy, support is heavy.
But I watch Black Girl Podcast.
Oh, word?
I see
Why?
episode.
I bet you do. Why you watching?
man,
Where you
you
watching? Oh, all right.
You gotta
I never seen him.
Oh, Scotty Beam.
Scotty Beam. He loves Scotty Beam.
I never seen Black Girl Cop. I never listened to Black Girl Cop.
Nah, it's solid.
It's dope, though.
It's dope. They're huge. They're huge,
Yeah, I
man.
gotta
They're
tune
huge as
in.
shit, man.
Is it new?
Nah, they've been around for a minute. They've been around for
you told me about before?
Yeah, before we had a
Been around
podcast.
for a minute,
You
bro.
did?
They've been around for a while, bro.
But I don't think I never listened to it.
But they,
You did.
they have a really great demographic. They're doing some great things. They actually did a live show today. They did a live show yesterday. It's at Essence Fest.
Oh,
They had that, you know what I'm saying? And then like there's another one, the Tea with Queen and Jay. They did live shows down in South by Southwest
Mhm.
for like the second year in a
Oh,
row
shit.
and shit. So like the women in the community, like they really be like holding the torch. I know Joe Budden and shit out here and all that, but
Mhm.
like on a approachable level, like like us,
Right.
the women be really holding it down.
They be holding it
I
down.
really respect the
I
women
remember
in the
listening to
podcast
that. What was it?
community.
Two Dope Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them too. Started in New York, now they got a show, now they got a series
Yeah.
with HBO and shit.
Thank you, sir.
So yeah, like the community is cool. Working in it is fun. You know, financially, obviously, you have to balance and you have to manage your shit properly, and you have to find ways to be as like financially responsible as possible as far as costs and shit. So, you know, before I wouldn't mind spending $300 on the studio session for an episode and shit.
Right.
Like, but now I'm like, how can I do that? But
not,
you know, but not
shit,
spend
yeah.
$3 cash. Like that, I can't do that no more. So
Right.
how can we do it to make sense? And that's another reason why we took a break, just to like reassess. Like how can we, because we don't want to take too many breaks. So
Right.
how can we do it to where it's financially feasible, approachable every week? We can keep up with it, and we good. And we found a great balance.
Right.
Oh, that's dope.
That's what's about.
I gotta ask you one question though. 'Cause we were freelancing.
Hey, what's up?
Do that judge your mind sometimes? Like thinking Cassidy lost?
This nigga's man. I knew he was gonna be on some bullshit. So nigga,
You know you gonna
nigga asked the question.
The love words you bring
said,
out of nowhere.
nigga basically said, like,
Bridge gap.
nigga basically
The
said,
jumping was crazy.
Now we on the subject.
Yeah, we on the
nigga
subject.
said, like, nigga said, oh, is the reason why you feel like Cassidy lost because you're not eating right now? Like,
No, but goods was smoking.
I think it was
Gus smoked him, yo. He
I
smoked
think
him.
it was
son.
too what?
So he got 30. He
From
got
bars.
30.
Not listening to the
Yeah.
crowd.
All right,
Which
so
one? Which one you think Cassidy was?
first
and the
Me
last.
too.
All right, so
What? You think Cassidy won?
nigga drawing, son. All right, so look, let's put it like this, right?
Yo.
All right, so
You got
Cassidy,
this
so Cassidy is known for what?
Bars.
All right, cool. Battle rap is not just bars.
I understand that.
All right, battle rap,
Biz was
battle
trying
rap,
to explain that to
battle
him.
rap, battle rap, and especially like when you're going up against a very charismatic person, like
Like good.
when you're going up against the when you're going up against the Goods, when you're going up against the Charlie Clips,
Let me tell
when you're going up against the Bill Collector or Hitman Holla, like you gotta have crowd presence. You can't just get up there and just rap.
Right.
And that's what Cassidy did. He just went up there and just rapped a verse that he could have rapped on anything, and
Right.
he didn't really cater any of the verses to Goods. He just got up
Couple
there,
of 'em.
a couple
Couple
lines
bars,
here and
that's what
there,
I'm saying, yeah.
but like really, genuinely, Goods was like his verses were catered
Because he knew he was-
to Cassidy, from the training shit in the third round to
what?
To
the
everything. There was some-
the transparent
Yeah.
transparent shit. No, talking about the Swiss beats.
with me right now.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
What do you
That
like?
shit was
You
crazy.
got all this money.
Yeah.
Yo,
Niggas saying you got all this money, but you standing up here right with me. Like,
no, I wanted to ask you, Justin. Like, so other people he named and all that. Like, you be watching the battle rap
Yeah,
shit?
because I think Bill Collector and Hitman Hollow Joe was underrated.
Listen, I don't watch
show
none of that
classic,
shit.
bro. That
I don't
show
know when the
fire,
last time I
bro.
watched
That was
anything.
good.
I was on
Why?
YouTube and I don't know, but I don't know lie.
Watch
I don't
This
watch
the
none
best-
of that
this the
shit.
best time.
So when I'm telling you my perspective, it ain't because I know what you know.
yeah.
I seen it raw, just sitting down. Last time I seen Cassidy battle was
But you also
Freeway
know
or something.
Cassidy.
$3.
Yes, so I'm biased.
No,
if
no.
anything, I'm like Cass. I'm gonna like Cassidy shit because I don't like this
No,
battle
but
rap shit.
He did have more shit coming at Cass, so you will understand.
No, but I was like, Cass, I'm disappointed. Even me rooting for him, like this battle rap nigga still, everybody gonna like him, but I'm gonna know with Cass. And the first round got me through it. Like, yeah, Cass, alright, Cass got that one. Even though both first round was alright.
Both first
But-
round.
What you
Alright.
expect?
It's
That
debatable.
shit's still like a
The
sport,
first round
right?
is debatable.
Man.
It's still like a
It's
sport.
debatable.
He's
First
still
round
trying
is
to stick a
debatable.
This
battle
is
rap.
probably under the rug.
The first round is debatable.
bro.
First round is
The
debatable.
first round debatable to you?
No.
Yeah, like
Cass
it's
killed him.
only the first round. Like, and the first round is about what you like. The first round is about what you like. Like I said, like if you're into like barring a nigga to death, that's I like to
that
laugh. I like when a
Right,
nigga like
yeah,
makes me
right,
laugh
right,
and
right,
shit. And Goods
But
coming
Cass
out.
did that the first round. Like he was like,
But they was
really-
gassing
he was
Cass.
really-
They
he
was
was
gassing
really
him. But they
walking
were
you through
gassing
his bars.
him. But look, okay.
Once you got
The
that
reason
taste,
why
it goes
Cass gets a pass for like the first round, I told you we talked about this off air. When he said the line about I got a gun so big it can lift up a hippo and knock an elephant down.
Yeah.
And Good said this in the interview afterwards. He said if any one of us had said that line, we would have got fried. It would have been curtains for us because they say you do this,
right.
And that's not an acceptable bar for a professional, seasoned, regular battle rapper.
Yeah,
so,
that
but
battle
Cassidy,
bar was
but
too
Cassidy
hard.
get a pass to have like these mediocre ass bars,
So
which he
is
did.
it, all right, but it's still considered like a sport, like the rap battle sport, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just looking at because I don't pay attention to it like I used to. I look at it like
Man,
shut up, nigga.
you paid attention to it anytime?
Yeah, back when it was Meek and all them niggas, yeah. Like the DVD, the
I asked you
headshots
that.
and all that
You
shit.
said you ain't really watched that.
Headshots and shit. I used to watch. Yeah, I used to watch some of that shit.
You got one.
Right.
You
Yeah,
one over there,
headshots and all that.
right,
Yeah, I
right,
remember.
right.
Yeah, I watched that.
Nigga
Yeah.
coming for you, low
One
key.
for them, one for out.
I know. I hear it. I'm trying to
Talking to the mic, nigga.
Right.
Oh, son, you said you
I
watched
remember the
it.
headshots and all them
I
shit.
said,
Who you like? Who size you?
Right.
Speaking of headshots,
Yeah, like I remember the headshot shit, but it's still like a sport. So
We had a conversation.
I mean, at the end of the day, Cassidy might say like a mediocre bar, right?
facts.
But he's still like, I'm not gonna give him to LeBron, but he got that.
He will win the battle.
No, he ain't gonna win the battle, but
clout.
you gonna. It's clout. Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna happen.
As long as we can
Go
admit,
ahead.
that the first
Yeah.
round, like in whatever round he won, a lot of the shit that floated was because of the fact that it's like, oh, it's Cass,
Okay.
so you gave him a pass. Because if you look at,
But it's not
for me like that because I watch
I'm
battle.
about to say his bars was crazy.
Like I watch
Yeah,
it.
he watched battle rap, but he think Cassidy won.
all right, so
Like
So
people
you don't watch battle rap.
I
Because
can't think
everybody else
about
gonna
what
Cassidy
but I
lost.
remember watching that.
did you watch K-Shine versus J Mills?
Yeah, K-Shine won.
All right, K-Shine won. They didn't
And
give
that's just
J.
being just
J
like
he
that.
did win. He 3-0'd him. J Mills. It was like J Mills is back. J Mills is back. All right, but you see how you feel?
Yes.
You see how you like J Mills being back is not enough for you? There were people in the crowd where Cassidy being back was enough for them,
Yeah.
and him being in the building, it
tell.
like gave them
By the
satisfaction.
end of the second
Right. Now that reached that
Yo,
now.
He
if
started
you
looking
watch,
like free. Remember
No,
when Free
look,
was like, put a beat on?
put a beat on.
I said, y'all acting like, y'all acting, yo, you pay these people in the crowd to boo me.
we're talking
I
to
said, yo, Cass,
we're
really
talking in
tripping?
this talking his
Yo,
rounds, talking through his
He
rounds,
was talking.
Talking
I
through his
said, he
rounds.
really tripping.
That was the second round he said that.
talking
Yo,
through his
he was
rounds
like,
crazy.
man, they booing get the hottest shit in the world. I said,
Now
oh, he
remember,
looks sorry.
now remember when the first now
It's a rap, he looks sorry.
now remember now in the first round he was talking crazy when they did the coin flip. The nigga was like,
He
"Oh,
said-
he tells because he asked,"
He asked,
and nigga was like,
yeah.
"Oh." Second and third
Yeah.
round, he
Second and
crying.
third
Cass
round.
said that shit.
He did.
That Joe crazy.
Nobody no rap, boy.
Well, what I'm saying is like if you look at the K-Shine J Mills situation in the first round, like he didn't really deliver, but they gave him a pass because they like you knocking the rust off.
Right.
It was like, we know you gotta get back into the groove and shit. But by the second and third round, if you watch it, they turned on him heavy, and the same shit happened to Cassidy. The first round they gave him a pass. They were like, all right, this shit wasn't like really like that, but it's Cass. We like that you back in the game, and we'll give you this one to knock the dust off. But you gave us round 2 and 3, and this shit like
Try to get that first battle.
They killed
Let
him,
me come
son.
back
You
Next
watched
battle.
the
See
Head
what
Ice
he do.
battle versus my man
I don't
from
watch this
Baltimore.
shit,
Who?
That wrote Diddy verse. What's my man from Baltimore name?
Baltimore.
Oh, Tay-Rock.
No, not Tay-Rock. He ain't a battle rapper. He a rapper that just hopped into battle rap.
Tay-Rock? Oh,
He-
Los.
Los, you watch that
I did
battle?
watch that one.
Los nasty.
Los fried him.
Yeah, you fried him.
3-0'd him. 3-0'd
Yeah.
him.
I expect
And
that
you
from
don't
Los.
even battle rap?
Dirty that nigga.
But I'm just letting you know I watch battle rap, so it's not a bias
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
Like,
Cass still got fried though.
oh no, that's the joint I disagree
All right,
on.
son. All right,
Everybody
son.
else say Cass got fried.
Yo,
Everybody.
listen, I didn't even hear about it. Somebody
I don't
told
know
me.
not one person
Somebody
said, yo,
in my job told me. But then I stumbled upon it and
They
was
all said he
like,
got
nah.
fried.
And I didn't even know this was the one they was talking about.
No, because I kind of blocked
No,
the
I
crowd
agree.
out,
He
and I
got
went
fried.
listen to
Yeah.
his bars in the third. He lost the second round. I'm not a big Goods fan yet. I ain't see a battle
is-
that Goods.
I never heard of Boy in my life. And I'm telling you, I listen to
But can you listen
Cassidy.
to
I listen to
battle rap?
Cassidy since I was.
He's saying that
He lost that shit, bro.
But what he's saying
Right.
is because he doesn't listen to battle rap,
He had
he
more bias.
doesn't
I got
have
more
bias.
at all.
He doesn't like.
I
He
was
just
just-
looks at
right.
the content. Like
Right.
he's
Right.
not swayed by like.
Or
like
he
I'm
would-
swayed.
But then I know I respect it though.
because he know Cass more.
But yeah, because
Right,
I
right.
respect it. I know what it takes. to
Which
win
is
it.
even worse.
I know you can't spit no. Girl, yeah, when I come to my, you can't spit no regular shit. I know what battle rap is. I respect it. So I'm waiting for Cass to just do his thing, and boy, even with his goofy shit, that shit was flaming this nigga.
Yeah, facts, man.
It was just like, yo,
He had a
no.
bar that was like, alright, but
No.
it was, I don't know.
No, I'm not saying it was the best ever. It was better than what
No,
Cass was
no, I
saying to
know
him.
that.
That's all. Like, it was better than what Cass was saying to him. It was like, no, Cass, like he said.
I don't
like, the
understand
bars was
why
alright, but it
yo,
wasn't pertain to the ball at the time. Especially like
You
half of
agree
the
with
second round.
And he
and the
lost
third
the crowd.
round.
And he lost
I
the
agree
crowd.
with that.
Yeah, when he
And
lost,
he
when he
lost
lost,
to
when he
Cass.
lost the
You don't
crowd in the
gotta-
third round, he was spitting some shit. I'm like, he must be about to put that on an album or something. 'Cause that ain't got
Not Cassidy. Yeah.
nothing to do
Cassidy
with
ain't win, right? This the only nigga I think Cassidy won.
Oh,
He
you
said,
had,
Yeah, I'm asking everybody.
he said everybody, yo, y'all want live,
I
yo,
think Cassidy
whoever
won.
on live, yo, did Cassidy win that battle against Goods?
No.
He said
you were the
no.
first and last.
Brisk keep on bootlegging our shit too.
No, that's cool.
I'm just fucking with you.
But yeah, I just had to get that off my chest.
Nah, that's cool. I mean,
appreciate it.
New York, Philly shit. I get
It
it.
ain't
And I'm
fair.
from Philly, everything though. Most
I'm
bias
not-
I could have. I was like, damn, I ain't want to admit it. I said, yo, he flaming my G. He calling him a crackhead. I'm like, and then I'm watching it with my bitch, and she didn't even know what the other boy was saying. She like, yo, Cass looks sick. I'm like, damn, he won.
The hustler.
Oh, one.
You should say the hustler. How you the hustler but the customer?
Ooh, he was giving this nigga the business. Everything was about
You
it.
talking about? Ooh,
Yo, because he was
Call that
giving it the
nigga-
business.
Call that nigga
Because
customer.
Cass was saying it could have been about anybody.
Right.
It was like regular
Right.
shit. He was like zoning in on this nigga, calling him a crackhead to his face. Yo, no, it was a
The
win.
chick like, damn, he do
She
look
said,
kind
yo-
of sick.
She didn't even know. She just walked in like, that's who battling who? That's Cass?
but she watched battle rap.
Nah, doubt it at all.
You for sure
At
watch
all.
battle rap?
She ain't wanna watch that shit. Ain't no bitches. Yeah, she wasn't smoking no black and miles. Only bitch right back battle rap smoking black and miles.
Oh shit. That's
Bitches
aggressive.
that smoke black and mild watch battle rap, right?
She wanted me to cut that shit off, but she knew who Cass is, and she was like, yo, this nigga wild. Like, he looks sick. She, you know, bitches were by their parents. She remember what they were saying. She was like, yo, he looks sick. I said, yo, boy been saying he on crack for the last couple bars, and I'm out the loop. Like, Cass ain't doing no dope. He just goofy. I'm thinking good, just goofy.
What he did though.
Oh,
he
it's a
do
backstory behind
What
that.
he did.
Oh,
Yeah.
as much as he said it, I knew it. I'm like, yo, it gotta be some truth behind this, or a rumor, or
Yeah.
something. Because he kept saying it. And then my bitch was like, yo, he looks sick.
When
I'm
he
like,
do crap?
what?
I don't know. What's it?
Right? Yo,
Whatever
you gotta watch
saying,
this battle. That shit
watch
hilarious.
him
He
tell.
playing with Cass,
Oh
bro.
shit.
Nigga got real
He
person.
be
He got
calling
real
him a
personal.
fiend. Yo, he said, yo, what you about? You said, yeah, your hustle turned to custom. Yo, that was just the tip of the iceberg.
My dream is to bring a dope fiend on the podcast.
My dream is to bring a dope fiend on the podcast.
Cass.
We
Shout out
need
to
some dope
Cass.
stories.
Yeah, we need Cass up here.
I don't want no parts of
We
this,
bringing a
bro.
dope fiend on the podcast.
We already have
A
one.
real one, not a recovering.
Not a recovering one, a real one.
Oh, bro.
No,
You talking about
man.
a millionaire one.
That nigga's running halfway out in this motherfucker.
No, we
No,
got
we wanna hear the
Walking around our
story.
hood, we gonna
Oh
bring
shit,
we still in
that's
the slum.
crazy.
Yeah.
So,
That's, you want to hear the story?
That's anything.
You want to hear the story?
Oh yeah, we already got the smoker we bringing on. We
Yeah.
just got
Oh.
Uber on
Oh,
Yeah, we got one.
Sure, man.
But it ain't to be, no, it ain't to be like, it's not to
be.
be like, I know Coach was like, damn, y'all gonna do that? It's not to be like that. It's really to,
It's to give the
it's
inside.
to really get it like, yeah, give a story. Now where it go, it go.
Like OD, like the deep roots of OD.
With a deep.
Yeah, I gotta watch that shit.
You gotta watch that.
Already.
told him that.
Already.
Watch that.
Already.
The nigga said,
Already.
You gotta watch it.
Already.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
This nigga Bam's lying.
Yeah,
Like, yo, that's just so crazy.
My nigga was like, yo, we.
Alright. It's not to glorify it. It's not
Yeah,
to
not
it's not to
glorify
glorify it.
I mean, but that's
No,
but
that's
that's like.
nothing, but get a smoker's perspective.
But you know what though? Like
smoking that big
give a
generation.
perspective.
I never,
like
I never heard, like I never heard no shit like
Yeah.
that.
Don't take
was
our shit,
telling
Cozy.
this
I'm not taking
Don't
it.
take our
Take out that
shit.
shit,
But
cuz.
I never heard, like I never
was
heard.
telling
no-
Yeah, the ideas.
He was trying to bring a
around.
10-year-old on. He said, "No, we should get a 10-year-old on and tell him how Uzi nice."
A child's perspective.
We trying to get a child's perspective on like this generation of hip hop and shit like that. I had an idea at one
Dope
point. No,
stories.
my bad.
I don't think I'm
I want to get a
You're not
smoker.
watching
I want to
that?
get a
But
smoker.
you gonna watch the
watch the
smoker
other
track?
track.
Okay.
But the smokers.
I'd rather get a smoker's perspective in the track.
No, I wasn't against that. That was one of the joints, and then I threw the other joint. My joint was ass.
He like-
He hit me
It's
with,
cool.
my girl said she'll watch that. I said, nigga, she gonna watch
She
it.
supporting you.
Yeah. We need crack tubs.
Crack tails. Still stop giving up the motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Crack tails gonna be out the mar fucking with you.
Yeah, right.
Somebody gonna have that shit.
We gonna run the tape and shit. Like, oh, yeah, we got this
Crack
Brooklyn
tails,
smoker.
nigga.
right? That's gonna be out here. It's on the
That shit gonna be crazy. Though. That shit is crazy. I just want to know who Carter getting in the game.
No, we Uber in the
Uber.
middle.
Oh, we
I
gonna
feel
Uber
sorry
in?
for the Uber driver. They pull up.
Hey, they
But listen.
gonna be cool. You gotta use Reese, Slim
That
accounts.
nigga's bugging.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna have a whole season of crackheads. Like,
Alright, I don't know where you. That's his vision. I don't know what. It's just-
I don't like one is enough for me. I can't take.
No, we gotta get both genders. We gotta get a female one episode and a male the next.
Oh, the female jaw.
No, you gotta bring them both up at the same time.
Yeah, look. Niggas gonna be cracking up like, yo, they got Angel Mama on the podcast.
Yeah, our smokers in Philly.
Biting the side of her jaw and shit.
See,
Looking on the ground.
it ain't gonna be about that, man. These niggas crazy, yo.
We lost Bam. We officially lost
Bam lost now. Like we went from how we build into
I was
trying to
there
get
for a
crackheads
second.
on the fucking podcast.
Right.
I
Yeah.
was
Would
there
you
for
allow a
a second.
crackhead in this joint?
Absolutely not.
Alright, what was that?
You got mad equipment, son.
What was that?
They gonna steal the fridge.
It's too much in here.
They
He
gonna
said
walk
that shit. I
out.
didn't pay him no mind.
Right, you said, okay. I see you walk out when you started talking about the shit. He said, yeah, I'm walking out.
Anissa
Plus,
had
the nigga wanna have
crackhead.
plausible deniability. Like I didn't hear him discuss that shit. I knew nothing about it, bro. My bad.
He walked out. As soon as y'all was
Niggas
talking
like,
about that
oh,
shit,
crack?
he walked out
Alright,
like,
I'm out, son.
yeah, alright.
Yeah, crack, because crack is the key word.
The episode won't get played here.
Yeah. not in this motherfucker,
We
son.
finna sheet over the crackhead.
That's crazy.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that was a
You gonna
crackhead.
dress him up that day. He's just gonna be a regular person. You clean shaven, you come in looking regular. You sit down and talk all his wild crackhead stories. You can never see it coming.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
Yeah, we gonna put him in a suit and tie.
Yo, but I know you guys talked about the game, talked about the industry. What are your thoughts right now? I know last time we kind of all sat down, we got to like chop it up about music a little bit. What do you feel right now?
Meek is holding this shit down. That's what I feel about the industry.
Explain.
Yeah.
So when you say the industry, we talking about like the artists, right?
Yeah,
Or we just talking about the industry as a whole?
in general. No. Like
We
what
talking about
you-
artists.
What you just said about Meek holding this shit down.
Yeah, I feel like, cause me and was talking about this like a week or so ago, right? And I'm like, when you know Meek got out and shit like that, and then his album came out, I feel like, yo, this is his most complete album. But I feel like I haven't heard an album as good as Meek's since that joint hip hop album. I haven't heard a hip hop album better than Meek's, and it's not no Philly bias. They know I'm not biased with the Meek shit, but I haven't heard a hip hop album that's been better than Meek since Meek shit came out to me. So I feel like Meek has been holding this shit down. Like I know the whole persona and
Not
everything
holding
that's
it down,
going
Yo,
on,
y'all niggas is
but
Bandana is crazy.
Thank you. Bandana?
is outrageous.
Yo, yo, son, Meek, Freddie Gibbs,
Freddie
Mad
Gibbs
Libs.
and
That
Mad
shit was
okay,
crazy.
that just alright. Time out. Before y'all go there, time
That's
out.
the verse
Before y'all
of
go
the year
there,
right
That's-
now.
I heard the
like
hype. Yes,
Crazy,
I heard the hype.
crazy verses.
But y'all wasn't listening to Freddie Gibbs before that shit.
Yes, it was. Bro, Pinata.
Yo. Hold up.
Pinata,
Hold up.
Freddie.
We gotta play after this. Freddie.
They might have, though.
They might have.
I know I wasn't.
But I'm just saying,
I was bumping Freddie
I'm not
up
saying
down South
that.
Street.
I know, but all I'm saying
Come
is
on,
we been with Coach. Coach ain't never bring on no Freddie Gibbs and no conversation. Like now, Freddie Gibbs
Yeah,
is the
because
one.
he was talking about. I didn't say he was. That's not what I said.
You see, he's the one
I didn't say
now.
he was the one. son.
For that.
I said.
I gave Meek the one right
You
now.
said, but how? Alright, Meek. You forget that. Alright, Revenge of the Dreamers just dropped
I ain't listened to it fully.
Friday, and
Yeah,
I
I gotta
don't
give it
know.
a
I don't know
listen.
who you give that credit to.
I gotta give another good listen.
But that shit shaping up to be project of the year so far. That shit shaping up to
Don't
be
even say
project.
that.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's very
For me,
cohesive.
for me, it's
I gotta listen to it.
it's bandana. For me, it's bandana.
Yeah, right now.
Like right now, it's bandana.
bandana.
Because it's almost like a cheat code. Like the Revenge of the Dreamers shit is like a cheat code. Like
For sure.
you have like 10 of the dopest niggas. It's like, come on, son.
How did
like,
you feel about Meek shit?
Nah, I thought Meek shit was cool.
Okay.
I thought that the story, I thought that what Meek was going through was a hype though.
Yeah.
I thought it was like an extra little boost. I thought he got
Yeah, I
a
get
boost
that.
because he came home
I
and
get
they wanted Meek to get a win, and he did get a win, and like everything that he's been doing, like right now, everything he's been doing since the album dropped, like he's been on the road with the Liz partnerships, him getting on his business shit. Him really
Relevancy.
like the him being what he's doing for prison reform, and like I know I talked about on one of the episodes, is he the type of artist that can ascend to that next level of awareness, like not just a rapper, but becoming like a social figure, right? Is he comfortable being that? And I think that he's transitioned very well since he came home. The championship shit, staying out of trouble, like, you know, aside from that shit that happened in Vegas.
Yeah.
But whatever, like we are human, it is what it is. But I do feel like the championship shit was cool. But when it came out and niggas was like, yo, it's the best album, I'm like, stop letting the fact that you happy that he home. Like look at it for what it is, bro.
I didn't give it that.
Fucking-
He was killing.
Yeah, but
shit. I didn't
Daytona,
give it that.
Daytona came out that
I ain't
year.
mad at that, though.
Nipsey came out
Nipsey's
that
project
year.
is
Not bad,
classic.
though.
Yeah.
Fucking Scorpion came out that year.
Scorpion album, that's
Right,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
was-
and
no, Nipsey
but
shit
then,
was-
but you know
tough.
what I said. But you know, and I talked about this on my last episode where he talked about because Meek dropped at the end of the year,
Yeah.
and I was like, when a nigga drop an album at the end of the
Yeah,
year,
for
he
the
got an
next year.
advantage.
Yeah.
He got an advantage because you already forgot about everything else that came
Yeah.
out. So you forgot the feeling, you forgot the vibe. So now you just
Then they
so
rock into the next year.
yeah, like you just get so caught up in that moment that capped the year off for you.
Right.
So then that's the thing that you remember the most because that was the last thing that happened. That was the last wave. Cardi already passed, Push passed, Drake passed. Everybody already done.
So yeah,
For me,
it just
Drake album
taking.
of the year.
Yeah, but you know, that was before the
2006.
Meek joint.
That album.
I'm not giving it. That's what I'm saying. I'm taking all of that out of it, right? I'm like, I just haven't heard a good album, like you know what I'm saying, like fully like that since.
what you listening to?
Tripping.
I got. Do you listen to my podcast? Do you listen to my podcast?
But who
That's
else?
how I know you don't listen,
But that
bro.
don't that's gotta do with my ears. I'm like, I don't. Yeah, that's my ears. Like, I don't hear like nobody that made an album like Meek's. You know, I'm not giving like the best like album of all time. I'm just saying during that time, I haven't heard a better album since Meek's.
Did you really? Did
artists,
you listen
yeah.
to Vicky Lap?
No.
You ain't listen to Victory Lap?
Oh, you said Victory Lap. I thought
Yeah.
you said something else. Yes, I heard Victory Lap. Yes.
That's
But we
my
talked
shit.
about that on the
Yeah,
last
I
joint.
like
Yeah,
that.
we gave that joint. Yeah, because we said like Victory Lap is one of them joints up there when Meek dropped. Because that was after that. I said that Meek joint. That
There's
joint,
nothing wrong. There's
that
nothing wrong
joint
with
is
that. There's
joint
nothing
crazy.
wrong with that.
Yeah, that
There's nothing
joint
wrong with
crazy.
feeling how you feel. Like there's nothing
Yeah,
wrong
that
with
joint
like,
crazy
you know what
to me.
I'm saying?
Y'all gotta make me listen to Bananas because I like Father of Four.
Huh?
Father of Four.
Oh yeah,
That is very underrated to me.
it is.
Very
You
underrated.
talking about
Offset.
Offset
album.
joint?
Like he had a whole story to tell. I was shocked.
Hell yeah.
Like,
he had
My
some.
bitch was listening to
he had
that. That's
stories.
crazy. I was.
Yeah.
He had some real stories. He had some real stories on there. He grew up a lot. Like that's the most. Like that's the maturest. Like that's the most cohesive, maturest project that any of them
I'm
has.
gonna be honest.
Yeah,
I like
the
Jim
right
Jones album. I'm
Who's?
gonna be honest. I like Jim Jones album.
Hold on.
I
They trying to put me on Jim Jones album.
This
I
was
like
El
Jim
Capo?
Jones album.
El Capo
Yeah.
or Wasted Talent?
El Capo. El Capo's the last
El
one.
Capo's fire.
I like that.
That joint goes. And you know, it's ironic that we had like that's a thing in New York right now. That's the thing in New York right now where we're saying like, why is it that Jim doesn't get more support from us?
Right.
Because he dropped 2 strong albums in a row, like 2 strong albums in a row, enough that if anybody else had done it, we would have lifted them like on a pedestal, like yo, this person is back.
Possibly,
why is it
but
that
you know why though? This is my perspective. Jim Jones has never been considered a top rapper. Okay.
All right.
He's never been considered like this. Literally, like somebody with like, you know what I'm saying? He had those pockets like the Wave, like he had them big songs. Yeah. So especially in this generation with the young generation, it's like I don't say 2 strikes, but it's like who's gonna really check for the young generation? Ain't gonna check for Jim Jones. Our generation really not checking that crazy for Jim Jones albums. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, why would somebody? What would make them pay attention?
So what I said was, in New York.
In New York, why not?
In New York, why not?
I don't know how y'all. Yeah,
he's a legend. Niggas probably figured they gotta choose between him and Hov. He was going.
No, he was Rock Nation. I don't think nobody.
Yeah, until then.
That's cool. Like that's cool.
That's cool, but you gotta remember, then I don't care if it's New York or LA. Times changed. You still got a young generation. Is your New York? Is this young New York generation? They're gonna listen to that. They're gonna listen to Trade 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like they gonna be on that wave.
I get that.
Yeah. So.
I just know like as a community we tend to get on this shit where we're like where the real at.
So where do you rank the New York rappers?
He up there. Like
that's
like
hard, though.
Jim up there.
That's not saying he can't rap, but New York rappers.
Damn, that's what I'm like.
Yeah, he up there with who?
I mean, so
not to disrespect Jim, but I'm just saying like I'm talking about like New York rappers.
So if I put it out there, right? If I say, for me, Smoke Diz is up there. West Side Gun is up there.
As New York rappers of now, like what
now,
okay, all right.
I don't mean like
all right, okay, that's what okay
now, like. You know,
and that's what I was asking because he said the last 2 albums.
Yeah,
okay.
So the last 2-3 years, who've been really holding it down, like New York down. I will look at these artists because they've been coming out with critically acclaimed albums. They might have not hit the radio heavy.
Cardi?
No, she don't write her own shit.
I know,
but that's hard because
I just want to throw it
rappers don't really rap nowadays. It's like A Boogie with the hoodie.
You know that Michael Jackson shit.
Yeah, it's like hard, so I can see why you would put him up there.
Yeah, right. Okay, right. It's slim pickings.
Yeah, slim.
It's like slim pickings. It's a lot of get money niggas.
Yeah, Don Q.
That's cool. That's get money niggas.
That's
cool. But when we talk about content and we talk about storytelling and we talk about gems and we talk about bars, I'm not saying lyrical bars. I'm not saying Pusha T type bars.
Right.
But grown man bars.
Yeah.
Like, and as we growing as men, like he's telling stories that now we can relate to a little bit differently. So he's exhibiting a certain level of wisdom that's not being told right now. And that's why we saying like, how is it that we're not giving him like more credibility because there's nobody in New York that are giving these stories right now. Period. Everybody's getting money, get bitches.
Besides the albums that he. So this is new to me. Like, I thought he was popping in New York. I thought I just didn't like Jim Jones.
I didn't think that.
No, so like he don't be having like mixtape. He don't do nothing besides the 2 projects we just
I mean,
he don't got no fan base that just love it.
Nah, he of course.
It ain't that big. That's what
he a made man. Like he a made man here. Like he's a legend in New York. Like there's no doubt about that.
Right.
But I'm just talking about the fact that
he should be bigger than that.
He should be bigger than that.
I don't think so.
He should be bigger than that.
He's sound New York to me. Like he's telling you he should be right the fuck here. His fans should be right the fuck here.
That's great. No, I like his No, his album dope as shit to me. His album dope as shit to me.
I didn't really listen to it.
I really like the album. I don't know because I'm not from New York, so I don't know like how it should be perceived for Jim Jones.
Yeah, I don't know.
Outside, I could say outside looking in, it wouldn't be. It's not like surprised that he's not like that.
That's
outside
fine.
looking is like
that's completely fine.
Yeah, you think he should be bigger than
I think he should be bigger here.
You think he should be bigger
here?
Right,
right. I think should get paid attention more. He ain't from New York, but Russ. Y'all listen to Russ?
Yeah, but he be causing mad problems though.
But
he a very problematic.
I watch a lot of his interviews.
That's the only thing holding him back, bro.
Like trolling wise.
No, but sometimes
Like
he
real
be
life.
saying some real stuff.
He does like
He like another
hell
6ix9ine?
yeah. No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what you mean?
He's
Trolling?
an independent.
Or-
Like he's an independent. I don't know. I think
He
he's
might
independent.
do something and go against it too. Like some of the stuff I see,
It's
like he
contradictory.
might, yeah. But sometimes I understand it because he be like, man, listen, if I drink syrup, I'm not gonna promote it. And y'all promoting this shit that y'all drinking.
Yeah, that's
We could do it, but don't that be something you. But how the fuck you gonna say
That's cool.
you don't promote syrup, but you do it? You know, so he get kind of that F Russ
Because he
situation.
one of the people that say what he doing. He shouldn't have said it in the first place.
Right, but he'll do something
Right.
like so it'd be shit like that had niggas on his top, like the fuck Russ campaign and all that. But sometimes I be looking at, like, you watched the joint with
He
him and
better-
Joe Buttons, the pull up.
The Pull Up,
That was a
yeah.
good ass interview.
It was when he
That
broke
might
when
be
he
an
broke down the
interview of year to
financials.
me. Yeah,
when he
was
broke down the financials
talking
and shit,
some
like,
real
that was
shit.
some real shit.
Like Russ, one of them people, God forbid, something happened to him. People will go back and see a lot of shit and take heed to it. Like, oh, he's saying some
Yeah,
real shit.
I can see
But
that.
he is controversial.
But it's
though.
hard to get around his
Yeah.
personality. That's why, to me, like I can never listen to Triple X, ever.
Wow.
Because who he is as an individual
Right.
doesn't allow me to get past that to enjoy his music.
Okay. Yeah.
What he represents, and I know like I don't judge
You
it.
compare that to the boy you're talking about, Russ?
Well, in terms of sometimes it's hard to get around who a person is
Okay, I
to
see
come
what you're
around to their
Things that
music.
happen.
Because
Oh, yeah.
and then like we have these conversations about do we separate the artist from their
Right,
music,
right.
whether it be Kanye,
Because
whether it be
to
R.
me, they
Kelly,
dope music.
whether it be, and I keep it consistent.
Russ?
I can't.
Russ,
Russ.
yeah.
I,
think he
I get the principle and morals behind shit, but it's alright for me. It's like how much do I play that line, because we know, like hip hop, we know artists before that got into shit personally, even if they got off, like you know they got into shit. It's like how much of a line do we play with looking at the personal person versus the artist, because hip hop it's not built off of negativity. I'm not saying that, but we know like a lot of our artists come out of certain situations.
negative,
Negative
right.
situations.
It's about
Nobody don't come from the
overcoming.
hood and just become this perfect figure. They gotta go through trials and tribulations. So it's like it's hard for me to like give that. I get what you're saying though. I understand it, because I didn't. You know, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But it's like, how much do I weigh it? Because you know what I'm saying. I don't know how to weigh
If
it.
you're a rapper and you sexually assault somebody, it's a rap for you.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I don't mean if
Right.
if you get hooked on drugs, if you get, I mean, I don't know what you're going through in your life.
Right.
But if you out here beating women,
Raping
sexually assaulting women,
But we had these stories before. We had these stories with Pac.
But that's what I'm saying.
And
but now,
everybody's like, no, Pac ain't do it. And you know, the stories came out like, it looks like more like, really, I believe like Pac ain't do that shit. Niggas set him up. But it was like, at that time, it was like, he was the main front face of this sexual assault case.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
But that's what's so important about our generation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Our generation are the hold accountables. We're the generation that's like, nah, bro, like that shit not gonna fly. Like we want to cancel everybody. Like as soon as you fuck up, bro, who you know who we just canceled? Daniel Caesar.
Oh yeah.
We just canceled Daniel Caesar, all because
He said something.
he was talking about like why is it that we can't love whites and why we can't put out this positive
But why do
energy
we
and
gotta-
shit. And then the nigga said, and he said in that same video, don't listen to me if you don't fuck with me. Nigga album came out and you talking about a Grammy nominated.
Right.
Nigga sold
Why
mad
we
records.
canceling so fast.
The nigga said, don't listen to me if you don't fuck with me. And we said, oh, we got
But
you.
that's not like
We will not
motherfuckers do this
listen to
shit.
you.
Like I'm just like, why we cancel? I feel like we in a society like.
So Kanye,
No, what I'm
Kanye
saying is-
co-signing Trump is not a cancelable offense?
I didn't cancel him.
To me,
I didn't cancel him.
I
We
disagree
did that
with him.
episode. I disagree. Yeah, but
But
I
I
didn't
ain't
cancel him out. It's too fast to cancel him out. We might not agree, but why are we
Because
canceling
I don't
out
really
the
care
motherfucker
about
because their
political
opinion?
beliefs.
That's like you got an
So-
opinion. I'm just gonna cancel. If you don't agree with that opinion, that doesn't mean I'm gonna cancel you out.
Right. I just.
But-
I don't gotta agree with it, but I'm not gonna totally just cancel you out because
Right.
that's your opinion, bro.
I
It
think
don't gotta make sense to me.
his political beliefs.
Yeah,
ain't
like I
harmful.
feel like we cancel.
I don't think that's worse than promoting sip and serve because you see kids ODing on.
Right, if you want to cancel out somebody, cancel out these.
I don't think the issue is canceling people out fast. I think the issue is just not being accountable because there's been people
Oh,
who's
yeah.
been canceled out on some like y'all said the wrong thing too early and then it's just like real damage is caused, and like nobody's responsible for anything after that. It's like, oh, we gonna say whatever, they get canceled, and then you find out it's some wrong stuff, and then it's just like, oh,
I agree with that.
Look what Chris Brown is going through right now.
Real talk, and he didn't even do nothing.
Oh,
No. I'm talking about, you talking about the hair comment?
Yeah.
That's all I was talking
Oh, I'm
about.
about to leave. What happened?
Oh, you know what, Chris
Stop-
Brown? Oh,
stop
this
from
nigga
scratch.
beefing.
I've been listening to Chris Brown for the last like week or so.
That's
That's my nigga. That's my nigga right now.
They in the whole crazy beef.
From what I saw, all of
Wait. Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning. For people who don't know.
All right, so it's a little controversy from a lyric he got in his song. He said something like he only like girls with like nice hair or something like that.
I only fuck with black bitches with nice hair.
And then some shit happened at a club.
So what
What
I saw from Twitter, because that's all I know of, is
Yeah.
the thing from Twitter is like people was trying to say he was coming for people, but the line was just that he never specified what the hair was or anything like that. So that's where I'm at with it. Like,
Internet went
But
I
crazy.
don't see nothing.
All right, so from a woman's perspective, I'm not a woman, but just because I'm around women so much and like on social media,
Me
and shit,
too, man.
on social media, bro, like women are saying like there's no reason for us to have to dig. If we gotta dig deep to try to figure out what you shouldn't have said it. If we gotta dig around to like try to find these qualifiers.
Why his right?
Yeah, like that means
So
that you could have gone without saying it.
It is about what he said though. Like
It's about what he said, but it's not just about that. 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 What he also did, and he did not help himself, because what he did after that is he said, the only women that are mad are uglies.
Oh, see, I ain't hear that.
Wrong.
See.
So
Yeah,
he said
that's strike.
or he just said that.
Nah, he said it social media.
Oh,
so he said the only
in
bitches.
response to the pushback.
So when the women was like, yo, when the women said, so when the women said we not fucking with that shit's fucked up. He was like, yo, y'all bitches mad. The only bitches that are mad are ugly bitches.
Ooh.
Now I know plenty of women who ain't ugly,
Right.
who had a problem. So I was like, Chris, you bugging. Like, all right, that's strike number one. Second of all, you put a challenge up on Instagram when you said, all you chicks that got a problem, send me your photos.
Oh, I'll fuck with him more and more. I'm about to
Send me like send
I'm
me your
got a little indigo Suzuki.
like send me your photos, right? And then Chris,
Yo,
and
this
then
nigga's-
Pete,
he the goat.
and then Pete though, he also has a habit of when he has like sections and like events. And
Yeah,
I've heard
that
about
was
this.
that. That's
heard
him
about
going back
this.
and forth with that girl on
Tokyo.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Tokyo. Yeah.
But then like he has been known to do that, where he's like, I've known where he's like, there are no
rules
dark
to
skinned
people.
women.
Yeah,
No
there's
dark
rules
skin,
and, like,
no dark skinned
women
women,
come to the
and no fat, no.
All right,
no
so that
big
wouldn't
bitches.
be a problem if he
Now,
didn't need
that
people
is
to
my
buy his
problem.
shit.
So add it. So
That's not a problem.
So
What you
this
mean?
nigga toxic as fuck.
That's a problem.
Can we switch seats?
Now, that's a problem.
This nigga-
That's what my problem like. But everything else they said,
I'm
I'm
saying-
like,
Let him live. Let him speak.
Reese, do you have a type of person that you prefer? A type of female you prefer?
that's fine if I have a preference, but if I'm
Yeah.
at a club in the public,
But
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
say
saying
because
is,
you dark skin,
that's
get in
what's-
the back of the bus.
That's what's not
That
fine.
shit's
No,
crazy.
that's what's not fine. All I'm
Okay,
saying
go
is
ahead.
he can take his personal preference and make it more private. He said he got a spot at his concerts where only bitches that he like can come into.
Nah, it's not his concert.
At
It's
a club.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
so
it's
it's at
said
the
only
club.
white
It's still his spot. It is his spot.
So if you got VIP, you can't choose. Like, yo, I'm confused.
But but they're literally saying you too dark skinned,
Yeah, come on.
you can't come.
But that's his. I mean, that's discriminating
What?
against dark skinned women.
Okay,
But that's him.
crazy.
But that's him though. That's not a club.
That's not him.
I'm saying that's him.
That's
So
racist.
to you,
Oh my
white
Lord.
people, who's going to
What?
a white club
That's
with like, yo,
crazy.
we don't want
No,
to
but you're saying that's a white club. If
No,
it
white
was
person
a certain white person that said that they like, that's them. Like they don't like fucking black people. That's Chris Brown. Like he don't want a certain type of female. Like and that's his shit. Like I don't get it.
There's
But that
something wrong
white
with that?
person don't want black people.
Oh
that's
shit.
Like if a white person
what you're
in the
saying?
club,
What you're saying is,
No, what I'm saying is
I get what you. I get
So
what you.
no. Listen. So if you go into a fucking store and they own that store,
I'm not
this is
saying
what
that. I'm not
if
saying
you
somebody
go
went to a
into
Chris Brown store. Wait, no. I'm not saying somebody went to a Chris Brown store and he said, don't serve them niggas because them bitches because they light skin or dark skin, whatever. I'm saying they trying to come to his personal space and he don't fuck with dark skin bitches. Like that's his personal space. I'm like, my bad because you a girl that happen to like his music. He don't like dark skin bitches. Like that's him.
He also don't like dark skinned women.
I know
He
that.
dates. He never
know
dates.
that.
That's what I'm saying. That's his personal preference. He not saying, yo, all my clothes out there. He not pulling a Tommy Hilfiger. He not saying don't sell my clothes to these dark skinned bitches. He's saying in my club, in my section.
said that.
All right, my bad. That's for PR purposes. That's my bad.
That's
Tommy Hilfiger.
discrimination, bro.
Yes, it is. It's discrimination.
That shit's fucked
Yes.
up. There's no way around. That shit's fucked up.
I mean, to his personal space, yes. Y'all not saying he discriminates to anything else. To his, they ain't come around him. That's him. I don't gotta be around him. Like, my dark skin bitch ain't gotta be around him.
All right, so Britt, so what?
Like, I don't get it. Like, it's people do that every day.
So
Like, they have preferences.
That's cool, and like
He only wanna fuck with, like, imagine if he said, all right, I'm not gonna discriminate, but his dick won't get up all around all these dark skinned bitches. Then he gonna give you the tabloids like, yo, Guest Bam, like, oh, he got a fucking Mr. Wormy. Like, yo, cause I wanted light skinned bitches. like when do you draw the line? That's what I'm saying.
I drew the line on that part.
Yeah.
I wasn't like when you was talking about the stuff before that. I was like, because I'm trying to relate it
I
to
thought
like
it was about
hip
bitches
hop and
being
how
in his
hip hop
personal
is.
space.
But
That's him.
But
Like, he got a
that drew the
he got a
line for me.
preference.
That right there when
so
he did that, I was like,
when you
yo,
gotta.
that ain't
So
cool.
when you look at,
No, I don't care about it. I just go ahead.
I'm not saying I ain't never heard of it.
So right
I
now,
wouldn't have
the
no
thing
clue.
that's really plaguing us as a
I can't-
community
I can't.
is the fact that colorism exists
Mhm.
within our own community.
Yeah.
It's
And-
even that.
People have preferences.
But I'm just saying,
Mhm.
I'm just saying that you can definitely have a preference. Like we talk about this on Twitter, right? Like, and that's the main thing that men are saying to
I'm
kind
not
of
saying
like,
I would do it.
nah, like that's the main
Yeah,
thing
I'm
that
saying
that's
I'm
the main thing that men are saying to kind of deflect, because they're like, why is it that Chris Brown can say that he don't like dark skinned women and he don't like big women, but then y'all as women can say that y'all perfect dream dude
Yeah, I
that
seen
you
Lil
only date.
Duval
Yeah,
and
like,
T.I.
he gotta be
co-signed.
6'3".
Yeah.
He gotta be 6'3", and he gotta have a beard that.
Who? Bitches doing that?
I'm just there. That's what
Yeah,
you
you know,
know.
bitches got different preferences. No, chicks got
It's
preferences.
a bitches and they niggas
No,
can't come in. They
yeah,
No, they're not
He
doing.
just
Nah, I'm saying
He just
how
explained
like
it.
I understand that
He's
preferences.
talking about preference.
Preferences
Chris Brown just
exist.
took it to another level.
Preferences exist, but you just got to be you got to be very careful about putting your personal preference
Right.
into
your
private,
brand.
into public.
No, that's what's
Into
about
public.
money. He ain't about the
And you
money.
gotta remember that too.
I think that's
And you
the
gotta-
thing.
That too.
He
You also
ain't
gotta
about
remember
personal.
that there's a big
It's like if we throw a
demographic.
party and we say in our section, like we want certain type, ain't no like whatever you don't like. If you say it like, yo, we want them bitches in here. If it was like all over blasted everywhere, it'd be a problem. You probably wouldn't say it. You probably be like, oh, let everybody come in, man. And I hope the bitches I want come in too. But he's probably not worrying about what everybody's saying. He just want these bitches, and they probably just get out like, oh shit, Chris Brown ain't like me because I was dark skinned. Oh shit, he don't like that. And they
No.
find out that's what he
No,
don't
that's
like.
not what. No, that's not what happened. They said the bouncer told the girl like, "Yo, no
Cause
dark
he
skin
told the
girls
bouncer
allowed."
that.
Yeah.
He said
then they
no
got
dark
all
skin.
crazy, right?
He said no dark skin girls allowed.
Yeah, that-
But like,
that
but,
gets
but
you
I,
that's crazy.
but what I'm
Totally
saying-
wrong
what
with
I'm
that
saying-
shit.
what I'm
That is
saying-
crazy.
but what I'm
That's
saying is that,
crazy.
but what I'm
That's
saying
That
is
is
that,
crazy.
but what I'm saying is that, okay, Chris Brown does it.
That is crazy because I wouldn't do that.
Future
I
does
wouldn't do
it.
that because I ain't got no problem being around.
Chris Brown
I just
does
wouldn't
it.
bag them. Like
Chris Brown does it.
But you
Future-
can't.
if I didn't like light skinned dark skinned girls, I wouldn't tell the bouncer not the other
Hold
men.
on, hold
But I just know
So
I
the
wouldn't.
thing-
I ain't my preference.
But Briz,
like-
the thing is that every rapper that does it are ironically all have the same preference. Every rapper who has
Oh,
a preference
So that's what the internet
tend
mad
to
at.
because
So
every
say that.
because
That's
every-
what I wanted. I
No,
wanted to get
so-
that out.
so what
It
I'm
ain't
saying-
about.
so
It's
what
about they thinking he like white bitches.
so every
That's
time
what it's about. He don't like the true natural look of
so
a dark
whether
a
so
black
whether
girl.
so because
Let's get to
because
that.
as
Don't get
men,
to the preference thing and
because
racist
as
thing.
men-
If
because
he said
as-
I only like dark skin thing, do you think it would be a big deal?
He
Not
don't
as
gotta
big
say
of a
it.
deal.
He
Wait,
lives
wait,
it.
let's answer that.
But
If
he
he said
lives
I
it.
only like dark skinned women, would it be as big of a deal?
it would be it would
Probably
be,
because
but
his
still-
white supporters will be tripping. So he in a lose-lose.
Light skin.
No,
No,
light
I'm
skin.
talking-
His
yes.
light skin
Light
ladies.
skin.
He's saying light skin.
No,
He's
he's
not saying-
flipping. He's flipping it. He's flipping it like with the.
No,
light.
I'm saying if he would have said I only want dark skin, everybody else would be tripping.
as a person, like.
So I'm saying
as
it's
a
a preference,
pu-
but
as
they
a-
taking it because he think,
But as
oh, he white bitches.
but as a
nigga. He
public,
don't want to say it.
But
That's
as a
what it
but
is.
as a public figure who's trying
You
to
gotta be
appeal
careful.
to everybody,
Right.
you cannot
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
You can't show
You can't-
preference.
that's what I'm saying.
You can't show
You
bias
can't-
at all.
You can't show.
You gotta
that's
walk
what
that
he
line.
fight-
And
That's
he
what I'm
don't
saying.
care. He got a preference.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have a crazy problem with it because it's only PR shit.
So
he
this is
just
why-
not. He don't care about the optics.
Right.
He's just a nigga that just. But he took that so far as to not let people cross a certain line. That's bad.
Yeah.
Like that's
Right.
that's why I'm saying I
saying.
would do it.
So you have your.
I would just wouldn't bag him. Like
Right.
I wouldn't
So
like.
that's what I'm saying. Yes,
And I
exactly.
signed it autograph. I let him in. I just wouldn't
and
get
that's
personal
and that's
because I don't
private.
like him.
That's your
But he
private.
took it as far as I don't even want to around.
Right.
That's when
Like,
it becomes.
alright,
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
Right.
because that's what I'm saying. Everybody has their personal preference.
Right.
But when you do that, like you said, they could come in. You don't gotta. You know what I'm saying?
Especially
You
in
can talk
America,
to them.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you can
Because in
talk to
America, you
these
can't tell
ladies.
nobody to come into a certain
big
section
if a
or
big-
spot
like,
you-
because of what they
you
look
ain't
like.
got-
If you're on the
Right,
block,
right,
hold on,
right.
hold on. If you're on the block and a big John come up to you and try to like rap to you, now I don't know your preference. Don't tell me your
Right.
preference right now.
Right.
But if you, whether you're interested or not,
Right.
you would either politely be with it or you would politely curve it. Like you wouldn't tell her, nah, I don't like Big Jones.
Right.
You wouldn't say that.
Right.
Because you wouldn't want to kill what she got going on. Like you wouldn't want to make it seem like who she is like
It's
I don't
lower than
I don't fuck with
anybody else.
Yeah, but you
Right.
you would curve it, and that's what you just
Like
said.
the Knobs Creek situation. You ain't telling Big John you don't like her. You just say, yo, we gonna go get some
my bitch
cigarettes.
wasn't big. That was your bitch.
That you
Oh.
tried to put me on.
Yeah, I ain't telling. Yeah, I ain't telling.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I
But
don't
But one of the things that we're missing though is like what we're saying is like a trend though, bro.
Right.
It's like every
Yeah.
rapper or every singer, when they have a preference, it's always the same preference. It's always
That's
light
what I
skinned
don't
chicks
like.
only.
That's what I don't like.
It's always light skinned
No,
chicks
I don't
only
like-
and no big bitches
I don't
all
like
the time.
categorization.
Mhm.
I don't even know what's going on. It's my first time hearing about this shit.
Yeah.
But I feel like
But-
if I was Chris Brown, I'd be like, don't categorize me because of everybody else.
But
Like,
he
I
did
just
to
like light skinned bitches.
Listen,
Like,
he
what the
did that-
hell?
but
Like,
he
I
did
say,
that- he did that
like,
to
don't,
himself,
don't put me in
He
it.
did that to himself
Yeah,
in that
that's crazy.
situation.
He
He
did.
did that
He
to
did.
himself.
But it's a PR.
Everybody got preferences. Like that's not the issue. Like what your preferences.
What if
is
his
preference.
VIP section
But
was
don't
booming up for like
don't
a
belittle
few
nobody,
bitches,
make them feel like
and it
they
was just
under
like something
somebody.
small, like yo, bring him up.
Yeah,
bring
don't
some-
do that.
Like you don't know what it could have been. It could have been one dark-skinned chick that just got whiff of that and was like, oh, he ain't like what? He could have just told the bouncer like, yeah, this is the type
How
of
many
chicks I
bitches
like.
does he need in a VIP section for him?
Let's just
son?
say
Like,
2
who
or
did
3.
I don't give.
Alright, bro. You mean tell me you
We
can't
talking about
put your man on?
233.
Like put your
I
man
ain't say
on? Like have something.
I didn't say that.
That was
That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
No, but I'm saying like I don't know what type of situation it was. Maybe it was super private. Maybe it was super
It
private.
wasn't. He was like in a regular ass club.
But maybe this VIP was super private.
It was.
That's what I'm saying. And he told it, text his man and said, "Don't let him, I mean, you know what I like, bro."
Yeah.
Maybe that's all he said. You know what I like, bro. And the next day on Twitter, he had to text his man like, "Yo, I'm gonna grind you the fuck up." Why would you tell him no dark skinned bitches in the VIP? You ain't supposed to say it
No,
like that.
but this is when he made himself look guilty
Because he told
started
his down, said, "You
No,
know
no,
what I
no,
like?"
no. After he tried to
He tried to
went in and
defend himself.
defend himself.
because
It's
of
like,
because of the optics. Like
no,
we already
because
know.
in that situation
you
you were
got
saying
to
is like that's
to
not
make
what
that.
happened.
That's my point.
That's how
though.
easy you diffuse it.
But that's my
That's
point. What if it
not
really
what
didn't happen? Because he cared about the show and he cared about the optics. So maybe it was smaller than we thought. Because he cared about the optics.
This nigga went through a rape case. This nigga better know how to like say like, listen, that's not what happened. Like he's still in that type of time.
Do that?
Huh?
You gotta
The
defend
rape
shit.
case with not rape case, the
alright.
sexual abuse
I-
case.
I
I'm
was-
sorry.
I was
Yeah, the
cool
sexual
about
abuse. This nigga went through some shit. Like he should know how to like
open
conduct.
close though. Yeah, bite
I'm just saying he should know how to conduct and say like that's not what happened.
That was
He's been fighting with the media since
She
he
was
was
light skinned.
young. So I can't give him that. You defending yourself at this time means
That's
just
how
like
you feel.
yeah, it's like that's how you feel, bro.
What did he say specifically?
That's how you
What did he
feel.
say?
What I just said.
What you arguing about?
What we just said? He's sitting on like
He said
No, I'm talking about him defending himself. What did he say? The response. What did he say specifically?
his response was he was like, I always make music for. He was like, I make music
Besides the
for
ugly,
everybody.
that's what he said.
And then he was like the ugly situation, send me a picture situation.
yeah, that's you.
And then he kind of like popped. Then
so
he
I
like
can still see that. Still see him tapping the security guard like, yo. And his security guard taking it out the way, like taking it wrong. Like,
that's still on him though.
yeah.
That's still on him.
Yeah,
That's
it
still on
is.
Chris.
Right. You went to your security guard to say, listen, I don't want this such and such in here. And then your security guard does what you tell him to do.
That's on you.
Yeah, it's on him.
Right.
What if you don't like fat bitches? What if you don't like fat bitches?
I don't care. It's my VIP.
No,
I'm
but
not
what if your
gonna
VIP
say
is only enough
my
for you? What if it's a little section that's like you only like I'm talking about like a strip club type shit? Like 1 or 2 bitches gonna come through and you tell boy like you know what type of bitches I like.
I'm not having a VIP for 1 or 2 bitches. Just me and whoever I got. Like
Suppose you do though.
Right.
Suppose you do.
Suppose
We don't know
I
he
got a
didn't.
VIP,
We don't know he
right?
didn't.
Hypothetically,
You got
So,
a spot in the
alright,
club. It's a VIP and it's a super VIP
There's
for
a way
you
to-
and
So
1 or
if
2
I have
bitches.
a VIP.
And you got a preference for you and
Right.
1 or 2 bitches.
And it's a
And you
small
tell
area.
the guard what type of bitches you like, and he take it out of context and say, "Ain't no fat bitches getting in here."
No,
You gonna defend
no,
yourself.
Listen.
You gonna say, "Nigga, I meant these for everybody." You ain't gonna sit there and be like what you gonna say?
No, I'm chilling. This
you
open
let the
season
fat
for me.
bitches up.
Yeah, I'm chilling. It's open season for me.
All right, I can't. That's why I couldn't.
But
get
that
it.
is true.
Yeah, it is. But I just
Little
use
skinny
that
nigga,
because. Alright, it was a skinny bitch. Let's say that. I don't know. What's your preference? I do the opposite.
I'm
I
not
don't know.
discriminating. Listen, first of all, I don't discriminate. Period. So is this not? You
Oh, so
answered
you don't
wrong.
care who walks through the door.
You
win
answered the
prices
wrong
right
question.
every
no,
time.
my preference is
He
my
win-
preference.
Yes, that's
But
my point.
no, that's
his
my-
preference is his
no,
preference.
my
He tapped the
personal-
security guard and
Bro,
told him
do you
the
understand
preference.
my personal preference versus somebody come in? I'm not going to discriminate against somebody like
You
I don't
can't
really like
see
her.
it.
She not my
You
time.
can't see
she
it.
not my type.
He didn't
time.
do that.
But
He didn't
she
do
can
that.
come into my VIP.
He didn't do
I don't
that.
give a
He
fuck.
can't. He wasn't looking in the people in their
I don't
eyes.
give a fuck
It was
if this
security.
lady
It was
goes to my
bouncers.
VIP.
He didn't do that. That's why I said.
That's what he did.
He gave people instructions to let him in somewhere. So maybe where he was letting him in, it was like
No,
super VIP.
The chick said,
just him.
The bouncer said to her, "No dark skinned bitches." No, I want to say bitches. No dark skinned ladies. No dark skinned ladies. Right. No dark skinned ladies.
But yeah, and my point is maybe past
as
that
possible
door,
right now.
maybe past that door, it was only like
The bouncer said,
and
yo,
the bouncer took it out of context.
no dark skinned ladies. Oh shit, no dark skinned ladies.
Yeah, that's drawn.
That's what the bouncer
on the
said.
bouncer.
But you just said this on him because
Because he passed the message.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying, if he passed the message and didn't say it to him like that, like nigga, Cosi, I just explained it to you. I just said like if I got
I don't care
enough
who's in
room
my
for
VIP.
1 or 2 bitches and I know my preference,
I'm gonna go for my preference.
I'm not telling you to tell
I'm
people
not
like
gonna
that, bro. I'm saying like, yo,
Don't you can't come in here.
even when they come out, I'm saying like, nigga, why would you
Right.
say that though? Why would you say that, bro?
Yeah, like I get what you're saying.
I know it's on Chris Brown, but the message that got out there is that's the bounce. Like you can't control that. Is what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is, what was his action afterwards? What are we defending?
It didn't reflect.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His
didn't
answer
reflect
afterwards did not
You
substantiate.
should have wrote it. You should have wrote it on John.
Yeah,
Like
it didn't reflect.
It
I
didn't
society.
apologize. Because technically it was his
Those are
personal
his
preference.
fans. Those
He
are
ain't
his
caring
fans,
about
bro.
that. Like it
Those are
was
his
his personal
fans.
preference. Right. I respect that. I respect that, but I'm just saying like if that was just his personal preference and it wasn't supposed to be meant as these bitches can't then get in the VIP. I'm just putting it like what if that was the thing and the bouncer like took it the wrong way. It wasn't a real like situation
But
where
you
it was a whole
saying
bunch of
so
white
right now
bitches.
you're saying hypotheticals versus what happened.
No, I'm saying what could have happened because you don't know what happened
coulda,
past that
shoulda.
door.
No.
You don't know what was past the door.
The girl said it, and
yes,
he never
I couldn't-
denied it. So can we go off of what the facts is? The lady said it, he never denied it. You're giving what ifs right now.
Nigga, you said the lady said it. The lady said she couldn't get in. He didn't deny it. Nigga, she couldn't get in. I'm not saying
The lady said
yeah, she couldn't get in. Dark skinned bitches couldn't get in. We know that. I'm not saying a hypothetical. I'm saying what if dark skinned bitches weren't meant to get in because that's not what he liked and it wasn't a regular VIP. He told the bouncers like, yo, I want this bad little European bitches. I want bitches to look like this. They come fuck me here somewhere. Like it wasn't just a regular part of the club. And the bouncers took out of context and got disrespectful.
That's a what if though. You try to paint this scenario like he was in this land and he wanted to fuck these light skinned bitches and he wanted to jump over a hula hoop and this is what he wanted. No, the thing is
because you don't know if that was the case.
He denied
a dark skinned bitch in his personal space.
He denied black
in his personal space. In his personal space. If it was Justin Bieber, you would be fucking more riled up because you'd be worried, oh, he racist because he don't like black bitches at all.
No,
Chris
I'm
Brown
just
is
saying
colors,
the facts.
That's what I'm saying.
But Chris Brown is colors.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
what if he wanted to fuck on the pillow and he just wanted the light skinned bitch on the pillow? Like, it's like no, like it's a club and he said no dark skinned chicks allowed in his VIP.
That's it.
But
that's it. That's
his
what he
VIP.
said.
Yeah, but
I would feel worse if he said no. I got this club for the night and no dark skinned bitches getting in the whole fucking club.
But they do that also.
All right, then now let's talk about that. I'm talking about the VIP because VIP could be a nigga bedroom. Like niggas could be like VIP. You go over the door and it be a him.
But it's not. It's not his club.
How you know that? VIP is his, nigga. How you know that? That's my point. You don't know. VIP could have been a spot for him nigga like, don't only let this bitch through. But he, like, bull told the dark skinned bitch like, yo, bro, you can't get in. He ain't used the right excuse. He told her, he kept it real, like, my man don't like dark skinned bitches. And she took it to Twitter. That's what I'm saying. He the same real nigga you probably grew up with, but you gonna look at him different now because that guy on Twitter. I'm saying, what his fans and them think?
I'm just talking about this discrimination.
I know you here for the black women and all that. I'm just that's the Libra in me, just weighing the scale, bro. That's all. I'm just saying, like, it's probably not 100% with the internet making it to be. I don't know what happened. Like, it's my first time hearing about it. I don't know. But all y'all saying is niggas ain't like certain type of people in the VIP. He could be racist or he could, but when it come to bitches, he can just like certain type of bitches. Like, it might be just who he wanted to fuck with that night. Like, I don't know. Like,
he could have did that shit on some real, like, incognito, like, yo, let me
he
see
probably
the drawers
tried.
before they come
Exactly.
in.
You
Like,
on my way.
He
He probably tried.
Like,
And the bouncer blew his spot up.
But
he
that's
probably
not,
tried.
But you're still
he probably
saying
tried.
what coulda, you still saying what could've.
And you said
what?
it too. You said he should've. You said what he should've did. You said he
They
could've.
said that he already said that
You
no
said the bouncer.
dark-skinned bitches.
Yeah, the bouncer said that.
That's what
exactly.
he said. The bouncer got it from Chris Brown.
Like, listen to this.
Chris,
Take a shot time.
Right, like, yo, the bouncer, I don't get what he didn't come from the bouncer, it came from Chris Brown. Chris Brown said, yo, don't let no dark skinned bitches in here. And the bouncer said, okay. The bouncer said, okay.
I'm just saying, bro. Whatever incognito you think he tried to do, what if he tried to do it?
You still making what coulda, shoulda,
No,
but
you said that.
Switched
I
around.
what you just said. You said he could have tried to be incognito with it. I'm saying what
That's
he did.
but that's not what happened. If he wanted that, he should have did it that way. But that's not what happened. He gave the bouncer a direct message, and the direct message the bouncer
you know
gave
that. Oh,
to the ladies.
I ain't know that.
Yes.
I ain't know that. I ain't know the bouncer
The chick said, I
fucked up. I'm just saying that the whole time. What if he told the bouncer something and the bouncer got it fucked up? Like, like, damn, why would you tell these bitches that? Like, you shouldn't say it that way. All I told you was, I like this type of bitch.
Yeah, Briss, there's a lady that he's beefing
You know what I'm
with. There's a lady that he's beefing with. And that lady was the one that got whispered to and said, don't lie, nigga. Your bouncer said you didn't want dark-skinned chicks in the VIP. And he never denied it. He tried to defend himself at that point. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
He don't like
right, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
He don't like dark-skinned bitches. Like, I don't know, like, but, you know, that's him. Bitches ain't gotta be around him then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We good. Shit, I don't know where to go after that. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, that nigga's.
The fucking
You can take a shot.
Maybe you want the last word? Cause
this is Cosi fault.
Yeah, he got into a good little debate about these bitches.
Yo.
Guest Bam and these bitches crazy.
Me and Bam was like,
Man, like, you're gonna fuck up
because we live in New York,
right?
So we
you
like,
trying to?
so we get it. We be like,
oh shit,
bitch. What you mean, bitch? Bitch. Nah.
Ain't no repercussions
Because it's New York Twitter. Because it's New York Twitter, man.
Right.
This black Twitter, New York Twitter gonna kill us.
Right.
It killed Chris Brown.
You said I tried to say lady. They said, nigga, you said bitch like 10 times. What the fuck?
That's crazy.
No, that's
So what did the bouncer say? Did he say ladies? Or did he say dark-skinned bitches?
I can't.
No, he probably said it's like, damn, no dark-skinned bitches in this shit.
See?
I'm not laughing at that
That's
shit.
crazy.
Yo. I'm not gonna laugh.
No, that's he probably because bro the bag. He probably just go.
No, Chris Brown said bitches for sure. I said the bouncer.
I got.
When he relate, that's my point. And he relate the message crazy. He was supposed to say the same I say to you. Yo, if I tell you though, don't let them nut ass niggas inside. You don't go outside and say, we say you nut ass niggas ain't getting inside. You gonna say, bro, like not tonight. Like you know, you ain't gonna come outside like you nut ass niggas don't want no smoke. No, you know that ain't me. I'm saying that to you, Reese. You know I don't want no smoke. I ain't gonna tell them that. I'm saying that to you. I'm saying don't let them nut ass niggas inside. Don't go outside. Don't go outside.
All I'm saying is the girl said the bouncer.
The bouncer ain't doing nothing wrong, but
I ain't doing wrong, but he probably ain't doing the way Chris Brown
shit.
went. Like
That's
he
what I'm
ain't
saying.
topics.
It wasn't.
Chris Brown might say
So you think
the
the
bouncer
bouncer
said
said,
no
dog, why you say
dark-skinned shit.
bitches?
That's what the bouncer said.
If he
It's
Chris
like,
Brown
oh
don't
shit.
like no pushback. I don't think.
You be like, damn, dog, you said bitches, dog, you drawing.
Man.
Black young lady.
You should have said
what's up?
nothing crazy. You should have just
Coach,
made an
end it for me,
excuse.
please.
You should
Can you
have done about the
end
actors like me
the
and just
for
been
me?
like, VIP full, anything. Don't say you don't like black bitches
Briz,
tonight.
nigga Briz.
Briz,
You think it's scale, don't he?
Turn
You
it
think
up.
it's scale? You listen.
I Alright, listen, it's the Bid Podcast. We gotta wrap this shit up.
No,
This shit was crazy, but I want everybody to get this shit out right now. Bam, tell them what you got going on.
Everything, bro. That's it. I do a lot. You see me. You see my work already.
Give me your Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, my Instagram is at Bamleon. That's BAMLEON _, and my other joint is BAMCMXCI.
Word.
Yeah,
Yo,
you can
Cash
find me
and
everywhere.
beats too.
Catch some of them old tracks, bro.
Cosmic
Yep.
Rhyme, shout out. What you
Yep.
got going on, Cosi?
Yo, it's your man COmfi Cosi, one half of the Run and Tape podcast. We serve as one of New York's premier podcasts dedicated to organic discovery within the hip hop landscape. Connect with us www.runandtape.com, social media at Run and Tape Pod. We outside, be on the lookout for our live shows if you're in New York City as well. Tri-State love all day.
Yep. And this is the Bid Podcast from Philly. We got some good friends in here. We had a good conversation. There's no disrespect to anything. This is just how it happens. I gotta get to the mic again. You can check us out at thebidpodcast.com. You can go on YouTube, The Bid Podcast. You can go on iTunes, The Bid Podcast. You can go on iHeart, The Bid Podcast. And we out. Peace.
And SoundCloud.
In SoundCloud.
Instagram, everything.
All
Peace.
that. Yep.
It's the kid, yo.
Yep.
Yeah, wow, but
Damn.
That turned up.
No.
The Bid.
You turned up.
The Bid.